we step in that ring.
What is up, everybody? It's another episode of Hitting the Ropes with Brox Boulder right here on the WSN Network, live on all social media platforms, on the WSN app, on Roku TV, on Apple TV, and also on Amazon Fire Stick. All free, I might add, by the way. All
Fire
free.
Stick,
Everything's free. We are here tonight. With an interesting show, if I can say that. It'll be an interesting show. I promised the powers that be here at WSN that I would try to keep this fella as contained as I could.
Why would you need to? He's a complete gentleman.
There is an argument to be made that you're wrong there, but it's not about me and you tonight. We have kind of like decided that our feud and our anger towards each other is kind of on the back burner for now. We've come to an agreement that this is the most important thing right now.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, my comment still stands.
I don't know that gentleman's the right word for this fella tonight, but listen, be that as it may, I'm a part of the media. I'm a wrestler. I'm that, but I am also part of the media. And as part of the media, I have to sometimes interview the people that I don't want to interview.
Okay.
Also, with this fella, when you don't want to interview people, sometimes that makes the best interviews.
Right.
So thank you very much for popping the top on your first one today.
That's
so
like the fifth.
I meant here.
Oh.
I'm in here today. So the late great Eazy-E, the real Eazy-E, not the fake one you see. The real Eazy-E said all publicity is good publicity.
That's very true.
So with that being said, I thought that tonight would be a good time. The dust has settled from the war that myself and Troy went through with you and this fella.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought tonight was a good night to maybe bring him in, see if he's still the bitter, hateful, just raging jerk that he has been.
I think he's going to be very calm.
Okay. Well, I will trust your intuition there and just kind of see where he stands on things and kind of go from there. So let's introduce our guest tonight. The fella that has put me, my tag team partner, and FTC through hell for the last few months.
It's about time.
But a fella that I enjoyed beating the snot out of in a hardcore match not that long ago. Please help me welcome Adrian Alexander.
What's up, buddy?
Why are you looking already so ticked off? We've nothing.
You realize I could hear you the whole time, right? Right. I'm sitting in the lobby. You know, that is solidly the worst introduction I have heard. The only saving grace was the fact that Jordan Carlisle is somewhere there helping you do what little bit you do around here.
Facts.
So you're still bitter, obviously. I told you he was still going to be a bitter butthole when you got here.
What's bitter? I was willing to put it all at rest until I got an email today from FTC saying I was required to be part of some media interview. And the next thing you know, I thought it was, the nice ladies over there that I did that interview with a couple months ago. But no, I've got to sit here and listen to the ramblings of Brox Boulder and this wonderful podcast.
Mm-hmm.
My sincerest apologies for putting your face out there in front of a national audience with the Wrestling Society Network. My deepest apologies for trying to extend an olive branch here and see if you were still being the same hateful jerk you have been for months.
That was harsh.
I don't feel like it was harsh.
I would comment, but I feel like it's probably not appropriate for the wonderful company that is the Wrestling Society. So I'm going to keep my comments to myself and just say this. If I could be anywhere else in the world, if I could be sitting face down on a bee's nest right now, I would rather be doing that than here.
I would rather you be sitting face down on a bee's nest, honestly. That would be something great for me to see. I would absolutely enjoy that.
Yeah. All right, let's get on with this.
Yeah, let's absolutely get on this. Let's just start. Let's just jump right in. And have you licked all of your wounds from the hardcore tag match you had against Titan Troy and myself? since
I
we last saw you?
I'm doing great. Through rehab and a little bit of therapy, I am doing absolutely wonderful. For maybe you've been living under a rock, but since then, I am still Allied Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. I am still the greatest independent wrestler this side of the Smoky Mountains.
Hmm.
Quite frankly, I'm on a run of my career right now. You're worried about one loss. You're so stuck in your own head. Yeah, okay. Brox Boulder and Titan Troy won, right? Okay, cool. If this business was based on wins and losses, we'd all be losers. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times I get knocked down. It matters how many people are sitting with their ticket, sitting on their hands, waiting for the next Adrian Alexander appearance, waiting for the next time that they can see excellence personified, waiting until they can finally have some good wrestling back in Ironton, Ohio, in the form of yours truly, Adrian Alexander.
Okay, that was a lot. Let's try to peel back the layers of what you just said. The layers. We'll start with this. So congratulations on still being the champion at APW. Congratulations on getting out there and getting some bookings. I will never ever be a jerk about someone getting themselves out there and getting in different places and getting their face seen. I commend you for that. Again, I'm trying to extend an olive branch here, and you are trying to take a piss on it. So
I've
let's
never
not
said
do that.
anything of it.
Let's not do
I'm glad that you're holding an olive branch. Honestly, you know what? You're the better man. Good for you. Congratulations. I will reiterate on this again. If I could be anywhere else, I would be, and that's just the bottom line. Honestly, I have nothing else to say to you other than the fact that every time I look at your face, I just want to punch a small kid in the face. I don't know. It brings something out in me that honestly I'm a little ashamed about. But the only thing I can come to conclusion of is the fact that maybe one of these days when we finally go one on one and you don't hide behind your tag partner Titan Troy, maybe we can actually have some real competition.
Cool. I'll finish pulling the layers back while you continue to say a bunch of stuff and say absolutely nothing at the same time. So, peeling back the layers of what you said earlier, being the best professional wrestler. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jordan Carlisle. Don't you say the same thing about how being the greatest hidden gem in professional wrestling? How do you feel about one time your tag team partner here saying basically you ain't crap? How do you feel about that?
Who's not?
I think you're really twisting words here. Before I let
That's what I
Mr.
was thinking too.
Carlisle go ahead and finish that, I really want to say that, anybody can say anything, and as long as they back it up, I mean, that's on them. I don't think that Jordan Carlisle was ever disputing that I am really good at what I do, and I certainly never said that he isn't great at what he does. He is, quite possibly one of the best tag partners that I've ever tagged with, and he is a damn good wrestler. So, I really think you're trying to sow seeds of dissension where there aren't any. So, whenever you decide to do some real journalism, I'd love to answer any more questions you have.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think he's trying to like tear people apart. That's what it looks like to me. Because I mean, I'm not a bad guy or anything. I do call
No.
myself the greatest hidden gem in professional wrestling. But there's plenty of room at the top.
Absolutely.
It's not just it's not just me. But I am saying that I am one of the greatest of all time. But like I was saying, Adrian Alexander is a great professional wrestler, a great tag team partner, definitely one of the best I've ever been in the ring with. So yeah, there's always more room at the top.
Listen, in the interest of extending this branch, I said it in the introduction. You're a hell of a competitor, Adrian. I'm not taking that away from you. I didn't say that you weren't. And to kind of go back to what you said as far as you and I getting in a one-on-one match and not having the protection of my tag team partner. The first time you ever stepped foot in the FTC world, that was in a one-on-one match against myself. The only reason, hang on before you rebuttal, the only reason Troy showed his face in that match was because you had been disqualified and then started to throw a temper tantrum and decided you wanted to bring a chair into it and try to take advantage of a situation that you created. So I can't get behind what you say that we didn't have a one-on-one and that Titan Troy stuck his nose there where it didn't belong or whatever you said. That is not how that went down at all. As a matter of fact, let's just clarify that. Let's not say he said, she said type of argument. Let's just get that in here. Carlisle, if you will, introduce the other guest we have for the night. Please help me welcome the other half of the greatest tag team to step into a ring. Anywhere you see a tag team stepping into a ring,
You're going to want me to press the button, aren't you?
the one and only, the grappling god, Titan Troy. Titan, I know you're hearing everything. You're hearing all this stuff, right? I mean, you're not in the dark there about what he's saying, correct?
No, I'm listening to everything you say. But first off, Adrian, you look good. I'm glad you got good dental after we knocked your teeth down your throat. But I was sitting back here, I was falling asleep, eating a TV dinner. I was listening to you talk about you being the best, Carlisle being the best. You're the best in the North, South, Midwest. And the fact is, man, you and Carlisle are very good. But me and Brox are just a little bit better.
Here's what I want to clarify about. This is what I brought you in for, Titan. The guest tonight, Adrian, has expressed concern about you sticking your nose in business that you didn't belong when Adrian and I had a one-on-one match. Adrian, do you dispute in any way that the actions of yourself were after the bell and out of frustration?
As a typical media journalist, you only tell the parts that you want people to hear. You don't tell the full story. You want the full story, I'll tell you the full story because you were there. Both of you guys were there. Both of you guys were there. That incompetent referee, Smarty Marks, disqualified me when I was on top. I was about to beat you, and he disqualified me. So, And then on top of that, right? Then I got assaulted by FTC fans that were throwing trash at me. So yeah, you know what? Maybe my actions of grabbing a chair and wanting to knock Smarty Mark's head off might be a little, I hate to say unwarranted, but maybe somebody could translate that as that. But, a professional such as myself in those circumstances, having to go through an unsafe working condition, getting unlawfully disqualified when I was going to win. This is professional wrestling. What is this, pillow fighting on ESPN 8? I mean, come on. This is ridiculous.
I think I just kind of want to step in here. I'm glad it's about time somebody said something like that because I've been preaching the same thing the last 3 years that I've been at FTC. And the fact that Adrian Alexander has been going through the same crap that I've been going through, this kind of speaks on different levels.
So ultimately, I can remember the match and there's plenty of video we can pull back up, but correct me, Adrian, did Smarty not give you multiple warnings about pushing the envelope with the counts on your chokes and using the ropes and things? Did he not give you multiple warnings?
Listen, Smarty, we'll pull the tapes up all day long. The ear infection I was suffering from had my left ear stopped up, and he knew this going into the match. And yet he kept on and kept on. He kept talking my left side. And, when a competitor is unable to hear clearly what's going on, it really puts them at a disadvantage. And honestly, I mean, at the end of the day, we can talk semantics all we want. But, a fair one-on-one match, no interference, no disqualifications, just straight down the middle. It's simple. I'm not asking for the world here. All I'm saying, I didn't even have to step in the ring with you again. You know what? You were a hell of a competitor. Both of you guys were. You took me to limits that I haven't been to in a long time. But at the end of the day, the facts are the same. I think you put us in the ring 3 times in a row, I'm going to beat you 7 times till Sunday. There's no doubt about that. That's all I'm saying. But you know what? We want to sit here and extend this olive branch, let the past be the past. Sure, the past is the past. You guys are a tag team. Go do your tag stuff, I'm a singles competitor. Occasionally I tag with somebody, with some of the greatest wrestlers the independent scene has seen today. We do some great stuff, but I'm not a tag wrestler. So you guys go do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. And as a matter of fact, actually, I'm pretty sure that an actual tag team will be seeing you guys this weekend. Am I correct with that?
We'll definitely get there. We'll definitely get there. We're going to talk about this weekend for sure. I'm not done talking about this. I'm not done talking about this.
We can talk about this all night long.
And what you said in typical media fashion, I only told the part that I wanted to know, but in typical, like backdoor shady action type of responses, you said you had an ear infection and you couldn't hear Smarty.
That was known. That was known by staff. That was known by. I didn't even want to show up that night, but FTC insisted. They medically cleared me that I was okay for competition. And guess what? With an ear infection, with people throwing trash in the ring at me while I was trying to do my job, while people were trying to get in the ring with me while I was doing my job, I still defeated all of the odds and was this close to beating you, Brox.
I will tell you, it was a hell of a match. It was a tough match. I will tell you that. And for the record, you said you don't have to step back in the ring with me. If you don't know this, I'll make you very aware of this. And everyone that has ever heard my voice knows this. I don't ever back down from a challenge ever. So anytime you want to, hell, I'll come to where you're at right now. I don't care. There's a ring right there behind you. You can come here. There's a ring in the other room. Because you have taken L's every time you've been here in that ring. So anytime you want, you took an L from Titan, you took an L from me, you took an L from both of us at the same time. So anytime you want, you name the stipulations. The hell with this olive branch. You name the stipulations. You name the location. You name anything you want to, and I'll get back in that ring with you. I don't care. Stack the odds against me. I don't care, because what I heard a few minutes ago when you was talking about, we put me in a ring with you 3 times out of 3, you'll beat me 7 times. That's Steiner math. Your math is terrible. Let me tell you something, kid. If you're going to step in the ring with a guy like me and continue to do this a lot while you do it, you're going to find yourself like you have every time you stepped in the ring with me, with your shoulders down on the ground and real pissed off when the match is over with. Every single time.
Okay, Brox. Okay. Tell you what. Put your money where your mouth is, right? You want to say anytime, any place. I tell you what. I know you can put a bug in the ear of FTC. Why don't you do this, all right? Me and you, one-on-one. And let's up the odds, right? Let's up the odds. You say you can beat me one-on-one, anytime, any place, anywhere, any stipulation. What about inside a steel cage, huh? What about that? You want that way? That way you can't get any help at all from anybody.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I love that. But before I answer, and my answer's already been answered, but before I answer you, let's go to someone that you do respect that's here tonight. Someone that knows Brox Boulder in a steel cage. Jordan Carlisle, you have been in a steel cage with Brox Boulder myself. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember you you cheated, you did me dirty, and
guys, go look up Mike McDowell's YouTube channel. You can see the match there. There's no cheating.
I mean,
there's no cheating in a steel cage. Ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous asinine comment I ever heard in my life.
No, you did. I mean, for one thing, Smarty Marks, which Adrian Alexander was talking about earlier.
Here we go. Yeah, Smarty.
Which wasn't on camera, but everybody in attendance at the show knows. After the match was over, Smarty Marks gave me a stone cold stunner. Whatever I was trying to, get up and get to the back and everything.
You were trying to referee.
You were trying to blame him for your shortcomings. Is what you were trying to do.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
that's not what you were saying, but
it's
what happened.
It's all kind of coming together now. That all of these people were in cahoots. That's all that is.
Cahoots.
Smarty Marks, Brox Boulder, Grappling Inc. All in cahoots.
It sounds like, you know what? I will take back what I said. It will take back what I said. I am not stepping in a steel cage with you.
I wouldn't either if I were you.
Unless I know that we have a competent referee of my choosing in there with us.
Okay. Okay.
That sounds fair.
Okay.
100%.
I tell you
fair.
what. So I guess I do have to answer now, since Carlisle decided he wanted to throw his typical answer in there.
Those
which
are all
never
facts.
makes that. There was no facts in what you
So
said
Smarty
other than
Mark did not
Stone
give me a
Cold.
Stone Cold Stunner.
Other than Stone Cold, Smarty Stone Cold stunning you. That was the only facts that spit out of your mouth just now. The fact that I cheated was asinine. The fact that how do you cheat in a steel cage? Can someone jump in the someone jump in the comments real quick? Unc, you always on my side. Don't start now, Unc. Come on now, boy. You always on my side.
Cahoots!
Unc, come on, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. How do you cheat? How do you answer that question for me? Somebody jump in the comments. Tell me, how do you cheat in a steel cage?
I said, did me dirty.
What do you do that's in? What are you talking about? Thank you, Unc. You can't cheat in a steel cage. Now answer this question, Unc, since you're the one answering them. Can you do something dirty in a steel cage and it be like not a good thing?
I would say unprofessional.
Put that comment up there. Unc is answering the questions, not that one. I don't care about that one. Put this one in there. It's all fair game, brother.
You know, the way that you're talking right now sounds like somebody who knows that they're guilty.
What I'm guilty of is stomping a mud hole in both of your asses and walking it around. That's what I'm guilty of. That's exactly what I did. But to answer your question, Adrian, you bring your own referee. Bring your referee. Bring anybody you want to bring from wherever the hell you come from, and we will put that steel cage on the ring, and I will dog walk you all around that ring.
Dog walk me.
Long. I will dog walk your ass in that ring. Yes, absolutely. Powers that be at FTC, you want a good show? You want a good match? You want to watch me dog walk Adrian Alexander? Make it so, because it will happen. Titan Troy, you got any comments?
He's just sitting there drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah, he's just drinking his prime. Titan Troy, you got anything on this? If you're talking, we can't hear you. I don't know if you've been disconnected or if you're on Adrian Alexander's internet or what's going on here.
He's so flabbergasted.
I want to see that.
There we go.
We're better if he's muted, honestly.
Titan, you got a comment about what's going on?
I was
great.
Enjoying
Great
it.
comment.
I was enjoying watching you talk about dog walking them.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so let's switch gears here just a little bit because I feel like that if we stay on this path here, that cooler heads will not prevail, and there's going to be a lot of things that's said that may or may not be.
Oh no, I was just enjoying.
You were enjoying what? Titan Troy is glitching. I don't know what's going on with him. All right, so let's switch gears because I feel like that. I feel like everyone's getting a little worked up. Let's bring it back down to earth for a second, and let's just talk about.
I'm calm.
What Adrian brought up earlier, and that is this weekend, and that is AMW in Hazard, Kentucky. Are you ready? That's not a question. That's the name of the event, by the way. So, Adrian, we'll get to what you brought up, what you alluded to earlier, but let's talk about AMW, Appalachian Mountain Wrestling, and let's talk about this weekend in Hazard with special guest on the show, Billy Gunn. Let's talk about what are you planning for this weekend? What is your reasoning for being in Hazard this weekend?
My reasoning for being in Hazard is doing what I do every time I show up to AMW, leading the greatest faction of all time, best for business, to wins, and more wins. Now,
okay.
If we really want to get into semantics here, I'm not going to divulge everything because why would I? That's horrible strategy. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure Mr. Stan's here, the longest reigning AMW champion, over 1,200 days as AMW heavyweight champion, will be in action. And we're not saying who or where or what's going to happen, but obviously the former champ will come out on top as he always does. And on the same show with the one and only, the legendary, the Hall of Famer, Billy Gunn, we are defending our AMW tag team titles, which some people say are up in the air after the last time that they stepped in the ring with you, which surprise, surprise, something shady happens every time you guys step in the ring.
So yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
I don't.
let's talk
I
about that. Talking about
I don't.
incompetent referees.
And were they our referees for the people not watching, for the people watching the end of the show? Were those
They
our referees, Adrian?
were probably trained by Smarty Marks.
I don't remember. No, I don't think that Smarty Marks has met either one of those referees. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not entirely sure. We forgot to do that, by the way. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So see if you can do that real quick. So Smarty Marks, I can tell you right now, did not train those referees. But let's go back. Let's go back and talk about what happened. And I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to assume that you're going to try to do your best here, because I don't know what the hell happened. I have no idea what happened. Because
From my memory,
go right ahead.
Memory serves that there were 2 pins happening in the ring that could not be counted by either very incompetent referee.
I don't think so.
And at the end of the day, if anything, it should have been divulged as a draw, or just, always, champions advantage, just side with the champions and move on. But I'm pretty sure that we did not screw that up. And the fact that you guys are still involved in the tag picture at all is absolutely asinine. I will give just the littlest bit of credit where credit is slightly due. You guys put on one hell of a fight. You guys took the AMW Tag Team Champions of Chris Crow and Eric Porter to the absolute limit. Probably the closest I have ever seen those 2 gentlemen to not succeeding. But at the end of the day, Bobby Blaze decides that the tag team titles are just up in the air right now. We are the tag champs, but maybe not, but maybe we are, but all because of some incompetence by people that shouldn't even have been in the match with us.
Well, I hope you're talking about the referees, because now you damn sure ain't talking about us.
No, I am definitely talking about the referees in this instance.
Okay, well, we'll agree on that one for the first time ever in our lives. The referees, I'm not going to say they were incompetent, but they definitely missed a thing or two. I do want to comment on this. This is something that's bugged me. I saw a video of, I think it was Eric, that said something just minutes after the match that I wasn't even legal, that my pin should not have counted.
That's accurate.
Now, hang on a second. I want to point this out. And video evidence is out there. You can go watch it. You can get on AMW, go watch it. There was actually an encore presentation that was presented for free on Mother's Day through AMW, but for Not a Champions. But there was a point during the match. That Titan, Troy, and I had tagged. And Titan can tell you this as well. There was a point where Titan and I had tagged, and Titan got back in, but I was the legal man. Because he was I can't remember if he was either pulled in by Eric, or I don't know how it happened, or Chris, but something happened where Titan wasn't the legal man. The referee didn't catch it. So
so the ref didn't see it. What you're saying is we should trust the referee's decision until he doesn't catch something, and then we shouldn't trust him anymore.
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. Actually, if you would let me talk, I will tell you exactly what I'm saying. If you would try to do something that you've never done in your life and close your mouth and open your ears, that's how you get trained in this business the right way, is you close your mouth and you open your ears. If you wait 2 seconds, I'll train you. I'll show you something for once in your life. You'll understand how this might work, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is, you're right. The referee was incompetent, because I was the legal man. I was the legal man when I pinned Eric Porter. I was the legal man. But also Chris Crow was the legal man. And Titan wasn't. So I pinned an illegal man, but so did Chris Crow. So the referee was incompetent. You're right. I don't want to say incompetent. I feel like I'm blaming it all on the referee, and that's not something I want to do. There was missed things that happened by the referee, which happens. It happens. It is what it is. You of all people should know the referee misses a lot, because you get a lot of what you get in when the referee's not looking, and we're not wrong. We know that I'm not lying about that. So there were some things missed by the referee. So I feel like the best thing to do here is run that back. Run it back. Or or is the mouthpiece for the tag champions, potential tag champions, afraid to get taken to the limit just one more time? Because it might be just that one more time that the limit's reached for what was the tag team champions of AMW. You can now speak if you'd like.
I'm allowed to talk.
Oh,
now.
yeah, you
Okay.
can speak now.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, My Highness. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak.
You're very
See,
welcome.
I 100% agree. You know what? Maybe we should run it back one more time. Here's the issue, right? You guys survived last time. You guys put up a hell of a fight. Like I said, one of the best showings against Eric Porter and Chris Crow. But you only survived once. Really. I mean, Chris Crow is champion all over the country. I'm pretty sure if my count serves correct, he has 5 or 6 belts for 5 or 6 different promotions. He is the AMW Tag Team Champion. He's the EWA Heritage Champion. Hell, he's champion all over Tennessee. This man is one of the hardest hitting, strongest, fastest, cleanest dudes in professional wrestling right now. I'll go so far as to say if he is not signed in the next 5 years by a major organization in the United States, I will be very, very surprised. And Eric Porter has been running around in these mountains for years, tearing people apart. He may not look like your quintessential wrestler. He may not look like, one of the biggest, toughest guys, but I will tell you, this man will tear you limb from limb. He is not above doing anything and everything in his power to get what he wants. And that's why they're part of Best for Business. That's why I am a part of this group. It's not just because they are 2 random dudes. It's not that myself and Stan Sierra didn't handpick these guys to be the tag team champions. They're some of the best that AMW has to offer. So if you want to run it back with them, by all means, be my guest. But I do not condone, I will not be held legally liable for anything that they do to you. You want to talk about referees' discretion and what happens behind the ref's back? I feel very, very sorry for you two when they get done with you this Saturday.
Well, I have yet to know what's going to happen this Saturday, even though, and I'm going to say this before you do, because at some point this is probably going to be said, and I will wear this badge with honor, but I will not be accused of getting anything special. Troy and I own one half of our amazing training talent that we're lucky enough to have in our resume. Bobby Blaze, who was one half of him and Jillian that trained us. We are Bobby's boys. We're absolutely Bobby Blaze guys, 100%. So if he thinks the best option here is to hold the titles up and to come up with an idea that's fair for everybody, I support that. What I won't support in any way, shape, form, or fashion is to let you say that Troy and I just merely survived a tag match. Surviving a tag match. You're telling me that Chris Crow is multiple time champions over this promotion and that promotion. It's not like that. The only 2 promotions that Troy and I have ever donned our presence on are FTC and AMW. It's not like FTC is the only place we've carried tag gold. See, what you need to learn about Grappling Inc., and my guest last week can confirm this. When there's a problem in a promotion, when there's a problem with tag teams that are arrogant and don't know what their role is, you bring in people that can teach them that. And for far too long, AMW had that problem. Derek Porter and Chris Crow, and yourself and Stan. See, Troy and I can't do anything about Stan or yourself because you guys, you're not in a tag team. But I do know that Marty Clay handled business against Stan because I was ringside when that happened. So historically, when problems have arisen at these promotions, these promoters have reached out to Titan and myself and said, "Hey, we have a problem." And what's good for business is having Grappling Inc. in your locker room. Because if you got a problem with some arrogant, big-headed, just egotistical assholes, we're the remedy. And no matter what Bobby Blaze or the powers that be at AMW come up with for Saturday, you can damn well bet Grappling Inc. will be ready. So you bring Stan, you bring your greatest faction to ever grace the ring and the ring side in any freaking promotion or any venue you ever been to. Adrian, you know personally, you know better than anybody that's in this room or maybe anybody that's listening what Troy and I are willing to do. You know, you wear those battle scars. Saturday, your team will carry those the same battle scars for the rest of their lives.
You want to talk about battle scars? You want to talk, you want to say that I don't know how tough you guys are? My head right here was busted open at FTC because of you two. I know better than almost anybody in this business how tough you two are. You want to say that I'm taking you guys lightly? No, I am trying to warn you, and you won't listen. You won't listen because I know I have been right there in this ring with you two. I have bled with you two. You want to say I don't know? I know. First and foremost.
I don't
See what you did?
I've done nothing.
You upset him so much it kicked his freaking internet off.
Listen, that is maybe the best thing that's ever happened I've ever seen in my whole life, actually. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, you should know how tough I am. You tried to kill me one time. So I don't know what happened with the internet going on at Adrian's. Apparently he's having some technical difficulties. We'll get him back hopefully. And maybe we can go ahead and do that. And maybe we can get him back in here and we'll talk. Titan Troy, while Adrian's maybe trying to fix some issues he's got going on. You tell me, what do you think about? Well, hang on. Hold that thought. Let's get Adrian back in here. I'm okay with bringing Adrian back in. I want to continue to get his. All right, have you listen? I will say this. I apologize if I upset you, Adrian, but the facts were the facts. But go ahead and continue your statement there, please, sir.
The bottom line is this. I know you two are tough. You two are one of the toughest tag teams that I've personally ever been in the ring with. But I know those guys that I represent. They're on another level. I am begging you to take my advice and back away from the situation. You don't want to go down that road again. I don't care how tough you two are. I don't care how strong you two are. I have never experienced anything like the AMW Tag Team Champions. I have never experienced anything. I would not put my name behind them if I didn't think they were some of the toughest SOBs in this business. That's all it is. You know what? We talked about olive branches earlier. This is my olive branch to you. You know? Don't show up on Saturday. Please just go home, take the weekend off. Let it be. Let it be. You don't want to get back in the ring with them again.
Titan, you have any words for Adrian here? I've spoke my piece. We don't back down from crap. That's not what we do. Titan, go ahead and please share your thoughts with what Adrian's saying right now.
Please go on.
Titan, we're not hearing you at all. Titan, we're not hearing you. You're talking, but we're not hearing you. I'm not sure what's going on. Take a second, check your equipment and just see what we can get going on there. I can't hear anything. Adrian, I don't want to go down the road of saying that there's a comment in the section right now that's saying that you it sounds like you're scared. I don't want to go there. That's not what I think at all. That's not what I think at all. In the same turn that you've been in the ring with Titan, Troy, and myself, obviously we've been in the ring with Eric and Chris, and we know what kind of competitors they are. They're tough. They're hard hitting. They know what to do to get the job done. But Adrian, I can't I can't tell you that we're not going to show up. I won't do it. I can't tell you we're going to take the night off because we're not going to do it. I'm not going to heed your warning. I'm not going to do anything you ask me to do if it comes to not showing up, because that is what we do. What I'll ask from you is make sure your guys show up ready. I'm not going to guarantee a victory. I'm not going to guarantee anything, because at this point, nor you, myself, Titan Troy, Eric, Chris, we don't know what's going to happen Saturday. We don't know what any of us are in store for Saturday. At this point, it's just assumptions that we're going to get another shot. Just assumptions that we didn't get to finish what we started at Night of Champions. But if that's the door we open, if that's the door we continue to walk through, if that's the hallway we're still going to continue to walk down, those are doors that your boys better be ready to open, because we are. I'm going to try to get Titan Troy back in here one more time to see if maybe his stuff is working now. I'm kind of let my mouth overshadow Troy.
Can you hear me?
I apologize. Yep. Troy, go ahead and give us your thoughts on anything that you've heard from Adrian since you've had some technical difficulties.
All I can say to you, Adrian, and you can pass it to your boys, is we don't survive tag team matches. We thrive in tag team matches. They may be the toughest SOBs you ever seen. They may be on another level. But we are a higher level. We are what professional wrestling is. We are professional tag team wrestling is.
Titan, I while you were out, I was telling Adrian, I'm not going to take it away from Eric and Chris at all. I hope you understand that, Adrian. We're not taking away from them at all. And
Bottom
and
line is
somewhere-
this. Bottom line is this. You want proof? You want proof? You guys aren't backing down. You guys are going to show up on Saturday. The only thing I have left to say is show up. Show up. Show up. Put your money where your mouth is and show up. And we will see at the end of the night who's the better tag team. You know what? If you guys walk away with the W, I'll shake your hand. I'm that confident, and I wouldn't shake your hand if you needed help out of the street.
He's a good
But
man.
you know what? You know what? I'll stand by that. The end of the night, you guys are standing there with those tag titles. I'll shake your hand. But don't get it twisted, though. I'll shake your hand and I'll beat your ass in that steel cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so in the steel cage thing, but I do appreciate the gesture of wanting to shake my hand and Troy's hand for that tag match. So yeah, I definitely appreciate those words. But you might not be so gracious that night, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I actually just received a text from Bobby Place. He's watching the show and kind of trying to play catch up here. He kind of got in a little bit late. That man has taught Titan and I how to be professionals, how to do the things we do in this business. Jillian Hall as well. And if there's one thing for sure that we've listened to over the time is we're not looking past you guys. Never would we look past somebody. But please don't do the same thing. Don't do the same thing we're doing. Don't look past us. Don't look past us. Don't look past us. And we're going to talk about that tag match. We're going to talk to some powers that be at FTC. You know what? Let me throw this out there. For the cage match, I would even be willing to come to a home turf of yours and step in a steel cage with you. That way, all the field is level. It's your home. It's your referees. I'll bring the cage. I got a cage. We got a cage. We'll bring it. As long as you got a ring, I can put it on.
I thought you were trying to get out of like setting up a cage or something.
Sounding like setting up a cage sounds terrible, but I will set it up to dog walk him. And setting up a cage sucks, but I will do it. I will do it. Anytime, any place, anytime, Adrian, anytime. Just like the tag titles, we don't back down from nothing. I'm not going to back down from this. I understand what you are. I understand who you are. I got little aches and pains in my brain and my body from that hell we went through. But it reminds me of how much that I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to make you feel me the next morning too.
Anything else you'd like to talk about, Mr. Boulder?
I just want to tell you I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the show, speak your piece, give me your opinions on things, and I'll see you Saturday. Titan and I will see you Saturday.
Don't get it twisted. This wasn't generosity. This is contractual obligations to FTC. With that being said, I feel like this was very enlightening. I hope you get the rub. Hope the Wrestling Society Network does really, really good. You get some really great views off of having me on this show. As far as I'm concerned, I'll see you Saturday. See you down in Hazard. We'll see who the better men are.
We damn sure will. Titan, you got any parting words for Mr. Alexander?
I'll see you Saturday.
It's about time he stopped running his mouth.
See you Saturday, Adrian. Yeah. So I didn't mean for this to be that. I didn't mean for this episode to be that. But I will tell you this. Adrian's not wrong. Ty and I will have our hands full on Saturday. We'll damn sure have our hands full. And whenever and wherever that cage match happens, I'll have my hands full. It won't change the fact that I'll show up. It won't change the fact that Titan will show up. It won't even change the fact that Eric Porter and Chris Crow will show up. But sometimes showing up just isn't enough. So Saturday, we'll see how it goes. I don't expect to come home disappointed, though. I don't ever step in the ring thinking I'm going to be disappointed. Again, Adrian, if you're listening, I sincerely appreciate you being on the show, contract or not. I appreciate you at least holding up your end of the deal of the contract. Titan, thank you. If you're listening, for coming on. Guys, thank you for watching. This is God dang, dude, you were thirsty. This has been a very fun experience for me so far, getting to join the Wrestling Society Network, getting to come on here every Monday before Barry gets his thoughts and on professional wrestling and independent professional wrestling. Getting to kind of warm you guys up for a guy like Bear to come on and keep the thing going, to keep the momentum going on Monday nights is an honor. Getting to be a part of WSN is an honor. And again, I said it last week. I appreciate everybody that helped me make it happen. My bloodline, thank you. Yeah, I said what I said. What was there? Do you have a scratch in your throat? What's going on there?
Yeah, that's all that was. It was scratching my
Scratching
Why
your
does
throat.
this podcast sound so sad at the end? I
It's
thought
not
that was
sad.
great.
I'm thanking people. I mean, how's that sad?
I mean, Adrian Alexander came on here. Complete professional, by the way.
Why don't you? Did you? God. What about you two? Would you two want to run that back? I would want to run. I'd be willing to run that back against you two
Oh, any day.
any day.
Any day.
Titan, the schedule is getting filled up. Hang on. You know what? Hang on a second. Titan's still here. Throw Titan back in there real quick. I think Titan has something to say.
Ugh.
You got
I
something to say?
had to run it back. But why not in a cage this time?
Ooh, a tag match in a cage. Damn, that's a good idea.
They can't run
Whoa.
away.
They can't run away, but we can't use Smarty because I don't want no excuses. How
Excuses.
How about Kelly Marshall? How about Kelly Marshall?
We can get Kelly Marshall in there.
I mean, he would referee.
We get Kelly.
Kelly Marshall would be unbiased. I don't think Smarty is biased, but I know Kelly Marshall wouldn't be for sure.
You know what? Get Kelly Marshall in there. I think that'd be a
Marshall.
great idea.
Kelly Marshall refereeing a cage match versus Brox Boulder, Titan Troy Grappling Inc., and versus Adrian Alexander and Jordan Carlisle. You know what? That's going to be a poll I'm going to put up on my page.
That would be great.
See that?
It'd be great because I do hope it happens because I can finally shut Titan Troy's mouth because all he does this whole entire night is just run his stupid little mouth.
Whoa, guys. Whoa. Wow.
All you do is open cans.
And I can put him down too. That's what I do.
What, Troy, this is where you'd be like, the only can I open up is a can of whoop ass. Come on, man. He set you up, bro. He set you up perfect. Come on, buddy. He set you up.
He did. You're right.
What Stone Cold to be disobeyed? He's all about. Come on, man.
He can put the cans down. I'm going to put him down.
That's right, Becky Keaton, because that's what's going to happen. Like, once me and Adrian Alexander defeat Grappling Inc. in a cage match, that's exactly what's going to happen because that's what they're going to do is they're going to accuse us of cheating the entire time.
You can't cheat in a cage.
It's a cage.
You can't cheat in a cage. How do you cheat in a cage?
You know, that's the kind of mentality. That's what somebody who cheats says.
Oh, my God. Wow. You can't cheat in a cage.
I thought they say I ain't cheating.
Whoa, hang on a second. What's that say? I got Jordan and Adrian. Mark, seriously?
100%.
What's going on here?
Next week I might even have my own show on the WSN network.
Listen,
I'm in the can with Jordan Carlisle.
They don't pass those things out. They're not Oprah, but they don't pass them shows out like Oprah. Like you get a show and you get it. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You'll just have to continue to ride my coattails until you get where
you're right, Ryan.
What did Ryan say? I didn't see Ryan's comment. I'm sorry.
He says I don't talk. I just use my fists.
Okay. All right.
He's
Titan
right.
Troy, see you, Titan. Thank you. All right. Let's go home. It's time to go home. Never mind.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Guys, thank you for tuning in again. I appreciate it. Next Monday night. So tonight we had a really cool guest lined up, and that really cool guest got asked to work AEW. So, I can't be mad at him for wanting to go get an opportunity at AEW. But as long as nothing happens, as long as he's not getting asked to work AEW or any other of these major promotions again next Wednesday.
Who was it?
I don't really want to say yet. I don't want to say. We're going to have a really cool guest next Wednesday. Have a really cool guest. And there will be some fashionable headgear being worn during that podcast. So
Headgear.
Ooh.
That's your hint right there.
That is my hint. That is it. That's my hint. I will be wearing fashionable headgear during that show. Guys, thank you again so much. Every Wednesday night, 6:30 right here on Eastern Standard Time. Wow, I just had this right.
Yep.
You can catch us and all the other wonderful shows here at the Wrestling Society Network on Roku TV, on Apple TV, and on the Amazon Fire Stick, across all WSN social media platforms, and on the WSN social media app. Download it for free. You can download on all those platforms. And I'm telling you, there's so much stuff on that app. TV shows, there are movies, there are documentaries. You can spend all day long on WSN and not see anything twice. Go check out WSN. It's all free. It is free. Absolutely free. Please go check out WSN. Go check out Bear right after me, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for Bear's Thoughts coming up right after I am. And then check out everything throughout the week on WSN for all the cool stuff. Jordan Carlisle, thank you. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next Wednesday.